Greece's geographical position showcases a unique dance of contrasts and harmonies. Situated at the confluence of Europe, Asia, and Africa, Greece has historically acted as a bridge connecting the east to the west. Of its over 6,000 islands and islets, a mere 227 are inhabited, dotting the Aegean and Ionian seas with a maritime panorama that's as strategic as it is scenic. This distinct geographical configuration transformed Greece into a crucible of cultures, manifesting in its diverse legacy, spanning from ancient relics to Byzantine monasteries and vestiges of the Ottoman era. Tourism is an undeniable mainstay of the Greek economy. From its sun-drenched shores to historic landmarks like the Acropolis and iconic islands such as Santorini and Mykonos, Greece has firmly established itself as a global tourist magnet. Before the pandemic's grip, Greece played host to over 33 million travelers every year, underlining its irresistible charm. These visitors are drawn not just by historic allure or scenic landscapes, but also by the world-famous Greek hospitality, culinary delights, and lively local festivals that capture the essence of Hellenic life. Among the European tapestry, Greece shines with a blend of reverence for its ancient contributions and interest in its contemporary metamorphosis. As an early member of the European Union since 1981, Greece has been instrumental in guiding the Mediterranean region's political and economic currents. While its economic trials have dominated discussions in the past decades, Greece's robust democratic traditions, its pivotal role as Europe's guardian, and its commitment to regional cooperation highlight its continued relevance in the European saga. Its influence in maritime sectors, energy initiatives, and regional diplomacy reaffirms Greece's stature as both a sentinel of European tradition and an active participant in shaping Europe's destiny. Greece's induction into the European Union in 1981 ushered in a time of high hopes and national exuberance. As democracy's cradle, Greece's place in the EU felt like a triumphant return among Europe's elite. The EU membership dangled myriad advantages, substantial funding, an expansive unified market, and a stage to influence European strategies. Symbolically, this affiliation signified Greece's evolution from its tumultuous eras of civil conflict and military juntas to a robust democracy. Greece underwent a massive infrastructural and developmental transformation in the years that followed its EU membership, significantly bankrolled by the European cohesion funds. Roads morphed, ports saw modern facelifts, and telecommunications underwent a revolution. As a direct consequence, foreign investments surged, recognizing the opportunities in a Greece bolstered by European patronage. The agricultural sectors especially prospered under the EU's common agricultural policy, reaping benefits from subsidies and access to more expansive markets. As the years ticked by, looming challenges surfaced. With an inflow of EU resources, public expenditures skyrocketed. Funds that should have been funneled into sustainable and diversified growth were often misdirected towards transient projects and government salary hikes. The national debt swelled ominously, and by the twilight of the 1990s and dawn of the 2000s, it became palpable that Greece was treading unsustainable economic paths. Absence of strict fiscal discipline, essential for a harmonious Eurozone economy, led to economic imbalances, notably an alarming current account deficit. 2001 marked a pivotal year for Greece with the adoption of the euro. While the new currency brought along the perks of diminished interest rates and enhanced borrowing capacities, it masked structural economic weaknesses. The conducive lending environment, rather than addressing these underlying challenges, shielded them. As the global economy faltered, especially during 2008's financial debacle, Greece's inherent economic frailties were glaringly revealed, setting the stage for the impending debt crisis. Greece's fiscal journey wasn't marred by a brief lapse in judgment. It reflected a deep-rooted culture of financial oversight spanning decades. Budget forecasts often leaned towards wishful thinking, leading to recurrent deficits. An ineffective tax collection system, notorious for rampant evasion, further deepened the fiscal chasm. Despite levying taxes parallel to other European nations, actual revenue collection in Greece was abysmally low, broadening the fiscal gulf and driving Greece towards borrowing to bridge this gap. Corruption's shadow loomed large over Greece. Year after year, Greece's position on Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index trailed many of its European peers. From inflated public contracts to rampant bribes, corruption, unfortunately, became a systemic norm. This not only drained Greece's treasury but also deterred foreign investors, further hamstringing economic growth. Political unrest played a catalytic role in the brewing crisis. Fleeting governments, inconsistent policies, and a lack of vision created a reactive rather than proactive governance model. Without a stable direction, addressing Greece's deep-rooted economic maladies became increasingly challenging, pushing the nation closer to the precipice of financial meltdown. By 2009, the fiscal smoke and mirrors were increasingly untenable. With a debt that soared to 130% of GDP, Greece's economic stability was a precarious balancing act. The revelation that past governments had employed intricate financial maneuvers to obfuscate the actual scale of national debt rocked the nation's credibility. The extent of this fiscal subterfuge not only dampened investor confidence but also placed Greece at the vortex of an ensuing Eurozone maelstrom. In 2008, the global financial storm contracted leading economies by an average of 0.6%. For Greece, this global turbulence intensified domestic vulnerabilities. Doubts around the authenticity of Greece's fiscal data heightened, paving the way for mounting concerns about the Eurozone stability due to Greece's intrinsic ties with European allies. The crescendo of Greece's debt crisis reached its peak by 2010. In a bid to stave off default, Greece sought the Troika's financial lifeline. Over the ensuing years, Greece procured bailouts totaling approximately €260 billion, an unprecedented sum in the annals of finance. In exchange for the bailout, the Troika set forth stringent conditions. Revamping pension schemes. Pensions were slashed by an average of 40%, with the age for retirement jumping from 60 to 67. Curtailing public services. The public sector, previously accounting for a quarter of Greece's employment, grappled with massive layoffs. Escalating taxes. A hike in VAT from 19% to 23% weighed down on the Greek populace. Unemployment's grim reality. 2013 witnessed an unemployment rate soaring to 27.5%, with the youth facing an abysmal near 60% joblessness rate. Amid these, austerity measures took a daunting toll. From 2008 to 2013, Greece's GDP plummeted by almost a quarter, and real wages shrunk by a staggering 20%. On the societal front, manifestations were palpable. Protests turned the capital's streets into battlegrounds, and a previously unimaginable exodus saw an estimated 427,000 Greeks, primarily the young and educated, leaving their homeland in pursuit of opportunities abroad. As Greece journeyed through its most challenging era since World War II, its recovery symbolizes a testament to national resilience. The years following the crisis witnessed a multi-pronged approach aimed at restoring fiscal health, reviving economic growth, and rebuilding international trust. Greece's commitment to reform was pivotal in charting its resurgence. Structural reforms aimed at creating a more conducive environment for businesses, combating corruption, and reinforcing fiscal discipline began to bear fruit. By 2017, Greece experienced a modest 1.4% economic growth, and by 2019, the unemployment rate receded to around 17%. Reclaiming its stature in the international arena demanded both fiscal discipline and diplomatic finesse. The nation undertook a series of initiatives to rekindle investor faith, from optimizing its tax regime to foster investments to undertaking privatization drives of state-owned assets. Another domain that catalyzed Greece's revival was its spirited thrust into the digital age. With the establishment of initiatives like the Digital Strategy 2025 and investments in technology and innovation hubs, Greece showcased its intent to evolve from an economy previously reliant on traditional sectors to a digital powerhouse. One of Greece's undeniable anchors during its revival has been tourism. Drawing from its millennia-old heritage and mesmerizing landscapes, Greece reinvigorated its tourism appeal. Strategic marketing campaigns, coupled with investments in tourist infrastructure and emphasis on sustainable tourism, painted Greece as a global hotspot. The numbers endorsed this ascent, with Greece witnessing a record 33.1 million tourists in 2019. Europe's steadfast support, both financially and diplomatically, underscored Greece's revival journey. While initial reactions leaned towards stringent austerity, evolving European strategies recognized the essence of nurturing growth and not just fiscal discipline. The European Central Bank's introduction of quantitative easing in 2015 and the EU's strategic investments in Greece showcased a blend of macroeconomic prudence and compassionate governance. Emerging from its tumultuous past, Greece stands today as a symbol of endurance and resurgence. It remains a crucible of history, a testament to resilience, and a beacon of hope for nations navigating their own adversities. With challenges like the ongoing pandemic, Greece's journey is far from over. Yet, its past offers valuable lessons of the indomitable spirit of its people, the importance of visionary leadership, and the invaluable role of global camaraderie. In the annals of history, Greece's odyssey from antiquity to the present will undoubtedly occupy a chapter that speaks of human endeavor, undying spirit, and the dance of a nation amidst the waves of time. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful or enjoyable, please give it a thumbs up. To stay updated with our latest content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell. Your support is truly appreciated. See you in the next video.